Here's a great exercise you can engage in as a coach or even as an athlete, or just think about it. It should make perfect sense to you. We do this in our practices on occasion. I'll line the kids up around at the gym and I'll call out wrestlers to go at it. Pretty much kids who are evenly matched, right? So, our Wednesday room we're getting ready to go to right now has almost over 30 kids who are in the state finals just in one room. So it's a freak show, right? But I would pair them up. So my other rooms, I would pair up the second year kids versus second and so forth. It doesn't make any sense to put a national champ, Fargo national champ against a JV kid. But, so having said that, then we'll call them out and I'll say, okay, Noah, you come out here and you go with Luke. Go one takedown. And we'll do that for a little bit, 5, 6, 8 kids, just one takedown. And then they're standing against the wall and I point out, how many of you are saying, call me? How many of you are saying, don't call me? Because they knew if they got called, they were going to have a hell of a partner because it's an evenly matched deal. Okay, you need to, or how many of you are like, yeah, whatever happens, happens. That's the approach that we pretty much teach. Don't get into the emotional roller coaster. I'm like, hey, call me, dude. What do I care? Let's go. But if you don't, that's fine. I'm ready either way. Just kind of in the state of being in a still mind is so important. Always ready, just like a pilot light turned on high, going into blowtorch mode in a moment's notice. A simmer, a hard, hot simmer, right? Ready to boil. That's where you have to be. It's kind of in that the art of not thinking sort of mindset, right? So we discussed that. Then I'm like, how many of you who got a chance to wrestle and compete, how many of you, like, butterflies hitting, your heart rate shot up right when your name was called? Probably every one of you. Now, what happened during live wrestling earlier, or just at the end of practice, the last 45 minutes of practice, when some of you wrestled those same kids? Did you have that feeling inside? Probably not. Now, sure, some new wrestler comes to our room who's, a state champ, and you get to spar with them. There's going to be that emotional excitement, that nervousness, but yet that anxiousness, right? You have to have that. You have to generate that and gin that up every time. It's called being a competitor and having competitive fire. Otherwise, your practices are going to have a lull. You're gonna wrestle instead of compete. As we like to say, a common phrase in our room, we have about 15 mantras, for how to win matches, how to think, how to act, all of this. But also, one of those some of those are attitude mantras that we repeat non-stop because it's like drilling a singlet. I'm going to drill them in the core emotional aspects of being a competitor and a winner. That is simply this: some people wrestle to wrestle, some people wrestle to win. They're two different athletes and they have nothing in common with each other. That's our phrase. So if I called out Noah and Luke, when Noah and Luke wrestled earlier in practice 20 minutes ago, were they really trying to, I won't say kill each other, but you get my point. Were they really trying to dominate and score? I want to win every takedown. I don't want you to take me down. It's called having a high level of dominance. You must have a high level of dominance. And if you don't, you need to develop it. Some people are born that way, right? Some people aren't. But it's something to think about. So that's a tactic, one of the many that we implement to help our athletes to hit a high level. And we just had 24% of the high school state finalists matches had a Purler wrestling kit in it from my Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday high school rooms. And I'm not bragging, obviously they had other coaches helping, obviously, right? But most of these kids have been in our rooms year round since they were like 8 or 9, and now they're 14 and 15, right? So we do have a heavy emphasis, but out of 4 classes. So what's that? 56 athletes, right? We had 17 state finalists. So when we have a Purler wrestling student in 1 out of every 4 state finalist matches in the entire state of Missouri. We're doing something right. It's not all wrestling moves and technique, okay? So keep that in mind. Good luck. You can check us out at purlerwrestling.com if you had interest in training with us. We have a facility here in Missouri, just outside of St. Louis. You can see pictures online at our YouTube channel, you name it. We do traveling private team camps. I just got back from Maine. We have a team of 12 coaches that travel the nation teaching our series and our system. But good luck to you guys, and share this with people that could use it.